What's up, everybody? Eddie Soundhead back again with another episode of NASCAR Heat 2 Career, and today we are here for another Xfinity Series race today at Charlotte for the Hisense 4K TV 300. Hoping for a good race. Again, I know I say it like every time because I don't ever hope for bad races, so hoping for a good race, hoping for a positive outcome in this one. And I'm not entirely sure how it goes because, we've had decent runs at Charlotte, but nothing really groundbreaking and not really any standout, solid like evidence showing that, hey, yeah, we're gonna have a good run. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. And immediately get 3 wide on the bottom. So just got to get in the draft here. Of course, Lupton's going to pull down, try to block. That never works. Why would it ever? Meanwhile, I do that like half the time, and then I wreck Cole Custer like I did in the last episode. So, do as I say, not as I do. But already making some good ground up now, up into 32nd on the first lap. Oh, second lap. That's a little bit lower than I'd like to go, although I did get the position. And looks like we're picking these guys off pretty fast here. Hey, shout out to Ludus playing PUBG. And got our twin Dakota Armstrong, give him a nice little shot in the back there. And Almirola just sends it down while we're sticking our nose under there. Almirola, you should know better than to do that. Haven't I just about wrecked everybody in this series so far, as Joey Gay's about wrecked himself just in front of us. Tyler Reddick, who I keep forgetting is going to be driving the 9 next year. That's going to be weird. Hilarious to see what he does, though. If he wins a bunch of races, that'll be very interesting. If he doesn't, that'll be, I guess, slightly less interesting than if he were to win a bunch of races. Anyway, it's JRM. He's in pretty good spot, especially in the 9 car. And on the last lap of the stage, now up into 18th, dive it all the way to the apron. Bump Logano, our teammate, no respect. And our other teammate is up there just a ways in front of us. Not sure we'll get to him. Kozlowski. It looks like he was holding Reed up to the top. Get a good run through the corner here. Might get to him, but no, probably not. Not going to have enough to get to them. Come home 17th in the stage. So not a bad first stage. Got about half the field, which is what I aim for. So just keep digging on the second stage now, which is a lap longer than the first stage for some reason. Get underneath Jeremy Clements. Got Matt Tift in front of us. Dive it way low on him. Great restart on this stage here so far. Smooth. Slapping with Tift there just a little bit, and some more. And some more. Annette in front of us now, and Annette, I'm still salty about Daytona, you big jerk. You just had to beat me by a nose, didn't you? Gone. Slapped a little bit with him. Sail it in underneath the net and get the position. Will he cross me over? He can't. So up into 9th. And now I got a mess of cars in front of us. A gaggle, if you will. And get underneath Cook here. Got Brennan Poole in front of us, which I don't even know if Brennan Poole's going to be in NASCAR next year. Sounds like that 42 or 48 team might be going away, and they're going to focus on the 42. With DC Solar kind of going to Kyle Larson in the Cup Series, and they're going to help out with Credit One Bank a little bit, it looks like. Should be interesting to see if Brennan Poole is around. I really don't have any opinions, good or bad, of him, other than I know he runs a YouTube channel, which is interesting. So, good luck. Hope he gets a ride, I guess, because it sucks to lose your job. Righty, but we're making real good progress now, up into possibly second, inside of Cole Custer. Again, racing just sounds so nasty, and we will get the position, clear him. Let's see if we can get Elliott Sadler. And we don't quite get to Elliott Sadler, but second place on the stage. Not bad. 9 points. And that is the second stage in the books. Back underway now for the final stage. Pitted, and looks like a lot of cars actually stayed out, so we're going to have to really just, focus on passing them. Elliott Sadler's kind of like the only guy we need to, like, he's our second place car essentially because nobody else pitted. They will all have to pit to get fuel to make it to the end. So as long as we make our way up through here and don't let these guys that pitted with us in front of us, we should be in good shape. The more cars I put between me and them, the better. Looks like Brad is coming to pit, and that will be basically the last of the guys that did not pit, which means that I am now just going to have to ride it home, basically. So, cool. And coming off of the final corner now, and we will get the win in the Hisense 4K TV 300 at Charlotte. Not bad. Not bad at all. 104 speed rating. So, not as fast as we could be. So we get the win. William Byron second. And a bunch of cars lap down. Get $145,000 plus our $35,000 paycheck, and that will put us up to about $4.5 million. Still leading the points by 1 whole point over Elliott Sadler. Go figure. Poor Sadler. Will Sadler ever win a championship? How many times has that guy finished second? All right, let's go home.
You've been doing really well out there. Your team is on fire. Try to keep that momentum going.
So we got a good message there from Rhodes, and Austin Wayne himself says, you got 15 wins. Gonna build me a statue, he said. So we got Dover next. Let's go ahead and just fire that one up. All right, jumping right into the action here at Dover, and we are underway. Green flag's out. And not really sure how we're going to do here at Dover. Again, one of those tracks where I'm really not great at it, but we'll see. We got a good car, so hopefully we can pass some of these guys in front of us. And coming to the stage end. Not the best stage ever. Alright, so stage one, pretty boring. Just passing a bunch of the cars we need to get by. Ram into Joey Logano on the restart. And, yeah, just got to pass some more of these guys in front of us. That first stage is boring. I might just cut that out. Hopefully this one's a little bit more exciting. And Cook is up and into the wall. And the caution's out. Well, alrighty then. Alright, and this is the final stage. After Blake Cook knocked down the wall in turns 1 and 2. And, man, we really don't get good restarts here. And run into the back of Logano while we're at it. So, stage 1 and 2, other than Cook wrecking, man, that was boring. We just passed a bunch of guys. Pitted, which is why we were starting from the back a little bit. I took a bit of a tire gamble, so it'll be interesting to see if we can get all the way up through these guys and back into a top 5. I hope we can. Or I think we were in top 10 actually before the caution came out there, but still, like to get to a top 5 and just getting under these guys some more. Tiffed in front of us. Suarez using that subway car, even though they dropped him like a bunch of dinguses. That really was like one of the worst stories of 2017. The dumb reason why Subway pulled out of that contract. And you could tell it was one of those things where it was like they were looking just for any reason to get out of their contract, and they just found the stupidest reason they went with it. If you weren't around, you didn't hear about it. Basically, they had like on the NBC pre-race show. I forget what race it was even for. It might have been one of the Michigan races, like the first one, because I think I remember seeing it, but I could be wrong. But they had him hand out Dunkin' Donuts on the friggin' pre-race show, just as a little, like, giving them to the fans, being a nice guy, winning the fans over. Daniel Suarez is a good guy, trying to get them over, as they say in wrestling. And Subway, 2 months after the fact, decided they weren't happy about it. For a program that took place, the morning before a race and happened 2 months prior. So, yeah. So that is us on the inside of one of the one of those cars, Harrison Rose right there, who was just telling us we're doing a good job. We get sideways there off the corner, and we are inside for a top 5 now. So just got to get through a couple more of these guys, and not sure we're going to be able to track down those guys for the win up there as I hit the back of Allgaier trying to dive below him. He's using the DLC scheme too, Beechcraft. Very interesting. But yeah, we're going to get underneath these guys. Hopefully get by Hemrick in this corner and try and trace down these guys for the win. So I haven't quite cleared Hemrick yet though. And that's Brennan Poole. He hit the barrels down there on pit road. What in the world? And that's going to be it. Going to come home third. Not a bad finish. Top 5. That's what we set out to do. I'm still kind of cracking up about Brendan Poole hitting those barrels on the pit road. That was funny. So, yeah. Solid race at Dover. Come home third. Cole Custer gets the win. That's, I believe, his second win of the season. So I believe he'll be the first person other than us to have double-digit wins. Or double-digit. To have more than one win. Wow. Get a good paycheck there. Still first in points. By 4 points now. We opened the gap a little bit, so not bad. We'll head back to the shop. So that one's in the books, and we have a hot seat for Front Row Motorsports in the Cup Series. So that'll be good. Let's go ahead and jump right into that one.
Today, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series rolls into Dover, Delaware for the AAA 400 Drive for Autism. Dover International Speedway, also known as the Monster Mile, is a track with banking so high it's often described as a roller coaster ride by the drivers. Miles the Monster is once again ready to torment this star-studded field of NASCAR drivers. Who can tame this monster? Well, let's head down to the track and find out.
All right, so ready for another race here at Dover. Going to jump right in, and we are underway. And I'll run it right into the back of Joey Gase. Rip. So, hoping just for another solid day. We got to get to 18th, so I guess we'll just keep our head down and try and get that one done. On the inside of Blaney. Crap. Ah, dang it. I always do that. Jeez, this is a big one right here. Come on. Alright, so not the greatest way to start the Dover race, but we're back underway. I'm just going to keep digging. Pitted, got fresh tires, fuel, fixed the car, so back on it. Jones and Dillon roadblocking me, of course. Oh, come on. And there goes all the positions. Ah, dang it. Well, this has been a piss poor start, I'll say. And Jesus, that was a piss poor restart if I've ever seen one. Come on. This has not gone well to begin this Dover race, I'll tell you what. Oh my God, everybody's pitting. Well, we're going to be alright on fuel because we had to pit for wrecking all those times in the first stage, so I guess we'll just stay out and try to lap everybody and then pit at the end of the stage to have everybody lap down if it works out right. So, nice. And caution comes out a little early. That'll end the stage. We win the stage because of it. Nice. Alright, so we pitted and we are first. And it is a 1v1 scenario. It is 2 cars on the lead lap. Myself and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So everybody else is a lap down. So that's pretty interesting. It is the final stage now. So theoretically, if I keep everybody behind me, we do still have to pit, but they'll all be a lap down. So maybe I could have like a cushion of like time. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. The ideal scenario, as Ricky Stenhouse is already just blowing by me, the ideal scenario would be for there to be another caution while these guys are still a lap down. And then we could at least make it to the end of the race. But that's kind of asking for a lot, I guess. So we'll just have to race hard here side by side with Ricky Stenhouse for the lead. The only car on the lead lap with us. And Logano will get back by us. Yeah, I guess he's 2 laps down because even when he passed us, it still said we were second. So, or no. Well, I guess No, because that would still be... That means he'd still be behind us. He'd just be a whole lap behind us. So, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Man, I cannot get in those corners as good as they can. And there goes Logano. And here comes Chase. How we block him? A couple of these. Oh, come on. Again? That is a third time now. And the car is destroyed. Great. Great. Oh, come on. Alright, so again, not the best thing to do at Dover, but with that caution, we can now make it to the end on fuel. There are 3 cars on the lead lap now because of that with the free pass. And we got a great restart there, so now we're up into the lead. So if we can hold these guys off, we could potentially get a win. 5 laps to go. And Stenhouse just hit the wall behind me. Nice. Ooh, and I'm barely going to scrape the wall out of 2. Oh, jeez. God. Oh, no. Come on, Harvick. That wasn't necessary. I just got to stay in front of Truex, I guess. He's back in... He's 6 seconds back. So, as long as we stay in front of him, we're still first. And coming on to turn 4, this is going to be a win. Wow. Well, the strategy worked out after wrecking 3 times. So I guess that's, yeah. We just won Dover in the Cup Series for front row. Which is very rarely on the front row. Interesting. That was some of the weirdest strategy play ever, but I guess a win's a win. So we'll get a Miles the Monster trophy, and wow. That was honestly unexpected. I went in there not thinking there was a chance to win. So I guess we'll head back to the shop. And nice job with that top 18. Yeah, you're welcome for your, like, 3rd win ever as an organization. Jeez. So that's about it for that one, guys. Thanks for watching. Next up is Pocono in the Xfinity Series, so make sure you tune into that. Thank you, as always, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.